Hi, my name is Sarah and this is my YouTube channel. My last video was pretty rough. It was my first video, but honestly, I'm not apologetic about it because I have been talking about making a YouTube channel and finding a way to record my gardening experiences and what I learn each year, and it was kind of I have the time right now, I should just do it. So I just did it. There was no plan, I just started. So hopefully from now on my videos will be a little bit more polished. If you see me looking to the side, it's because I have my baby monitor. Little one is down for a nap, so hopefully he stays asleep. The whole COVID-19 pandemic, whatever thing is going on right now, I live in Ontario, Canada, and things are just starting to open up. So today is Tuesday, May 11th, May 12th, and on Friday, our garden centers officially reopened, which was so exciting, but it didn't go right away because I figured it would be a zoo because Sunday was Mother's Day. But today I got to go. I actually meant to film there, but I am new at this and I forgot. So I thought I'd do a little sort of haul of what I got. I didn't get a lot, but I do that as well as sort of an update of where we're at with the garden and my plants, and I'll show them to you. Let's get right into it. Starting with an update, this upcoming weekend is May long weekend, but of course this whole week is a crazy cold snap that has come in, and it's been pretty chilly anyway, so I haven't even started the process of hardening off my plants, which I was hoping I could start this week. We're going to build the garden on the weekend, and then the next weekend I could plant my plants. Well, that's probably not going to happen, but we'll just roll with the punches and see how things go. I'm really frustrated about that. I'm not gonna lie, I was really excited, but whatever. You do it. Do what you gotta do. We've got all the wood. We've got tons of dirt and manure for the garden. Big pile of topsoil, big pile of triple mix, and a huge pile of sheep manure, and we got it all for free except for the sheep manure, which we paid $5 for every wheelbarrow full. So that was pretty exciting. It's like 3-year-old manure, so I'm pretty pumped about that. Well, let's get into the haul. This morning I went to the garden center that's near my house. It's locally owned. It's just a little small business, family owned. And I popped in, I got a few little things. I was really hoping they'd have herbs because I was just gonna buy them from start. By the time the pandemic started, I was like, well, shoot, hopefully I can get herbs. I will. I just couldn't today because they didn't have any. But what they did have were flowers. So these are the flowers I got. I got a whole tray. Ooh. I got two kinds of flowers, as you can see. I got Sweet Alyssum, which is this stuff, and then marigolds. I got them because I've been reading a lot about companion planting, and I did think about that when I was planning my garden. But I also came across a lot of flowers, so that marigolds deter pests, and then Sweet Alyssum is very fragrant and draws in good insects, and like all I can smell right now is the alyssum. It smells so good. Oh, it's so pretty. So I have I'm gonna put some in my garden, and I'm gonna put some in I have like this long window box that I'm growing lettuce in and hopefully peas. So I got those. That was the big thing. And then I got a new little trowel shovel. I had one and it went missing a couple years ago. Actually, the first year that I had gardening tools, it went missing. So I had one it's like a half one. I'm sure you'll see it in a video at some point, but I don't know. I don't even know what that one is for, but it's not a full thing. So I saw them and I was like, oh, I'll get that. Next thing, I got one vegetable. It's red beauty baron pepper, red pepper. I have like tons of peppers, purple peppers, and the California Wonder peppers, which I think the California Wonders turn red, but I don't know, I just saw it and I was like, I'm gonna get it. So I did. No real thinking behind it. I'm on a gardening group specifically for Ontario gardeners, and I learned so much on that group, and I got into a little feed on it where we were talking about Keuka melons, or Mexican sour gherkins, and I've started 4 of those, but someone was saying on there that they like to be really, really crowded, which I didn't know, because the seed packet didn't lead me to believe that, but she said in one like pod she'll put 3 plants and then space the pods only like 2 inches apart. So I thought, man, I still have more seeds, and my Keuka melons aren't going to go in for a while anyway, so I got just a couple little pots. They were 25 cents, so I got those, and I think I might be able to reuse them. We'll see. I got those so I can start more Keuka melons. I'll probably start them sometime this week, so maybe that will be in this video, maybe not, I don't know. With that, I got some seed starting soil. I ran out of soil when I was transplanting things, and so I got some more soil so I could finish doing those. Some of them, I hope I don't wreck them, but we'll see. And then also I'll start a few more seeds because why the heck not? And then the last thing I got were a few seed packets. Flower seeds. I got 2 packets of nasturtium. So I got the Ladybird Cream Purple Spot nasturtium. I got the Jewel Mix nasturtium. It says grow in a container, but the back says put it in the garden, so I'm just going to put it in the garden. Okay, and then I got some sunflowers. So I got the Black Mammoth sunflower, just like your classic looking sunflower. And then I got this mix. It says the Annual Sunflower Autumn Beauty Mix. So that's what I got. All these flowers are going in my garden, but I do have, I cloth diaper my son, and one of the companies that I regularly order from, they always send a seed packet in the mail, like in with your order, which is so cute. I have a bunch of mixes from them, so I have some wildflower mixes, some forget-me-not seed packets, and I think some daisies. So I'll throw those all in the garden. I'm gonna have a whole bed just for flowers. I'm gonna have 1 tomatillo plant on one end and a rhubarb plant on the other end, and the rest will all be flowers, just to sort of encourage pollinators to come. There's a house like 3 or 4 blocks down that sells honey, so I think they have bees. So I'm trying to attract their bees to my house. That's what I got at the garden center. I'm sure I will be going to many garden centers in the near future, because we're still mostly quarantined, and it's one of the few things that we can actually walk around the store. And so I'm sure I will be going on many garden center walks with my son in the near future, and I will be sure to try to remember to bring you along. So now I think I'm gonna show you my plants that I've started so you can see kind of where they're at. Okay, so starting in the living room, since the last video was made, my husband made me a table that goes like behind the sectional, which is really exciting. It was my birthday / Mother's Day present from my mother-in-law, so she bought the material, my husband made it, and we're gonna hopefully stain it soon. But on there I have most of my peppers. Hello, Alfie. Hello. I have most of my peppers, and they're doing so well. I have one sad tomato over there, and I'll talk about him in a bit, but I'm really happy with them. So I've got California Wonder peppers and then purple peppers, and I'm really excited about the purple peppers. I really hope some of them turn out. I don't know if I explained it in the last video, but I have this shelf thing. It's actually supposed to go over a toilet, but my windows are all really high, and so it was perfect. Especially upstairs, my windows are higher, so it was perfect. So I have some more peppers up here. Same, they're all purple peppers, except this one's a California Wonder. And then these are I have 3 tomatillos and a random onion in there. But these are the ones that I didn't get to separate them out because I ran out of soil. But you have, what I've learned is you have to have 2 tomatillo plants I don't know if I'm saying that right, so if I am not, correct me, but you have to have 2 of them in order to get fruit, so I need 2 of them to survive. This one's obviously a lot weaker, but just because I kind of have to have 2, today I'm going to repot all 3 of them, and hopefully that turns out well. And then down here on the bottom shelf, I have this one tomato that just never took off. It just got to its starting leaves, and then you can see it's like cracking and it's not healthy. What would that have been? A San Marzano tomato. I have lots of those. And then here I have 2 basil plants, and I have another one up there. I got those at another nursery a few towns over. Down here I have my onions. I'm doing some yellow Spanish onions and some red burgundy onions. They were so long and droopy and looked really sickly. And I posted on the Ontario gardeners group, and someone told me to trim them and that once they go outside they'll look better, but even just cutting them, they're already standing right up and look so good. So that's promising. Woo! This tomato has so impressed me. This is the last thing I planted when I ran out of soil, so there's hardly any soil in there at all, and it is doing so well. Like, obviously not as well as the other tomatoes, but so well despite having like no soil in there. I'm gonna trim the bottom, probably those 2 leaves and maybe this little stem, and fill the cup up with soil for this poor little guy, but he is a trooper, my goodness. All right, and in this window I have my sugar snap peas, which I'm really excited about. I was hoping that the gardens would be in by now, which obviously hasn't happened. A few families decided to go in together on chickens, and so building the garden beds got put off because my husband and my brother were using all their extra time to get a chicken coop and a chicken run ready. So they've really taken off inside. They're a lot bigger than I had hoped they would get before I transplanted them, but whatever. I would rather them be really big than starting them really late. Here I thought it was so genius because I taped string so they could grow up the string like a trellis. The only problem is, like, I've been trying my best to keep them attached to the string that's attached to their own cup, but you know, they're wild and they have kind of gone across a bit, which is fine, except where I didn't think is hardening them off is going to be really difficult now, because I have to take the string down and move the peas without things getting crazy. So I think I'm going to ask my husband to maybe bring me home like a piece of wood, or maybe I'll go get a stick that I can attach the strings to, and then I'll just put the cups in a tray, and hopefully that works. If you have a better idea, let me know. Okay, so now we're up in my bedroom, which is upstairs. This window is an east-facing window, and then I have another window over there that's a south-facing window. I think they're all San Marzanos. That really amazing one there that's really thick and strong, that's a bumblebee cherry tomato. And I have my printer propped up there because at night I put the window screen down, so I use it so it's not pushing against the tomatoes. Here I've got some Homestead tomatoes. This one's a Homestead. It's so tall. Oh my goodness. Let's see if you can see. It's so tall. I will have to plant it down. It's strong, so I'm not too worried about it. Over here I've got my Brandywine tomato, which I don't know. I'm not too sure about this one. This is another one where I didn't have enough pots to repot, so I've got this one little one that I meant to snap away and I didn't, but I'll get to it. I've heard that Brandywine tomatoes are notorious for getting sick, so we'll see how that goes. But my other tomatoes are looking pretty good. I've got San Marzano tomatoes, Homestead tomatoes, purple bumblebee tomatoes, which are cherry tomatoes. Now here I've got a couple peas, and these ones took so much longer to germinate than the other peas. You can obviously tell they're so short, but also there's some mold growing in there. I don't know if I can like just dig it out. I'm gonna try, but we'll see. And I've got a couple pepper plants there looking really good. I need to turn them around so they're not growing uneven. And then these are my Keuka Melons, and they are looking really, really good. So I've got 4 Keuka Melons to start, and then I'm gonna see how many seeds I have left. I think there was only maybe 15 in the seed packet, so I'm just gonna start whatever I have. I'm really excited about the Keuka Melons. I tried them last year, started them way too late, and it was pretty cool, and they just didn't have time to really take off. I ended up getting 3 whole Keuka Melons, and I ate them a little too young, so they were quite tart, but they were good. And so I know they're gonna be really delicious. Wish me luck on the Keuka Melon front. Since I'm upstairs, I have a really good view of our backyard, so I can show you. Last year we just did in-ground beds, and it was fine, but I found that the soil was from one bed to another. It was so different, which is crazy because they're not that far apart. Also, my brother just didn't like how he had it set up because it made it really hard for mowing. So you can see right here, there's 4 stakes in the ground. We're just gonna do our garden in a box. There's gonna be 3 beds with walkways in between, and I'm just gonna put patio stones down. Over there, under that tarp, is all my beautiful dirt. So excited. Who knew I'd be so excited about dirt? I've got to share this. My dad got me, and my mom, but my dad picked it out, this Dipladenia plant for Mother's Day. That's my pot, but he got me the plant, and it's so pretty, and I think it climbs from the pictures I've seen, so I'm gonna set it up in the garden space. I don't think I'm gonna plant it in the garden. I think I'll keep it in a pot, but I'll have somewhere for it to grow up, so that's exciting. So this is our window box area. We have like an overhang. So that's my brother's door and that's our door. And last year I grew lettuce and spinach in it, and it did so well. I hope you can hear me, it's really windy. So this year I started along like these corners. I started peas, but they haven't come up yet, so I don't know if they are. And then this is iceberg lettuce. I like that it's crunchy, and I really do it more like microgreens, where I'll just let all of these are all little starts, I'll let them all grow up and then just like sort of take leaves as I want them. And then in the middle is where we're going to put flowers, so I'll probably put some sweet alyssa, maybe some other stuff. And then here I have red romaine, and look how sad this is. A few have started, but literally they came up, they started, and then the next day it snowed because we got this cold snap that came out, and I was so sure that we were safe. But lettuce, I'm pretty sure, is pretty cold hardy, so hopefully it's fine. So this will be my garden space. It's gonna be a foot more to the north and then a foot to the west, just so there's more room back there for the tractor to get around it when Andy's mowing the lawn. That is an oregano plant, and I'm gonna dig that up for sure because it looks so great, and put that somewhere in the garden. And I think there's a few other little plants kind of around that I'm going to dig up. And then this here is a rhubarb plant. It's my brother's. He got it from my parents' house, and he wants that put in the raised beds, but I'm worried that we're gonna be like too late because it's already started regrowing to transplant it, so I might have to dig it up this week while it's still cold and put it in a bucket just to have it ready to be transplanted. And then under here is all of my soil. That lump at the far end is topsoil, the middle lump is manure, and then this last lump is topsoil. I'm not going to uncover it because you guys know what dirt looks like. And then we've got some wood under here that's from an old fence. I need to make sure that it's newer than 2003. I think that's it, is that wood, pressure treated wood that is newer than 2003 is safe, and anything older is not. But I don't know if it is, but Phil was able to get this plastic, like rubber something, for free, and so he thinks that if we line the beds with that even if it is treated, it should protect it. So Fingers crossed. So that's a little look into my garden space before we've done anything to it, and hopefully this weekend I'll be able to film us doing some fun stuff to the garden space and actually making it a garden. So we'll see. Wish me luck, and I'll see you next time.